Hello and welcome to Sportstar Extras once again. I am Ayan Acharya with a broad smile on my face because we have just witnessed in Manchester an example of why Test cricket is not just surviving but thriving. Thanks to a brilliant 139-run partnership between Chris Wokes and Joss Butler, England have pulled off a remarkable heist to go 1-0 up in the three-match series against Pakistan. To discuss more about this exhilarating contest, we have joining us from Bangalore, Ashwin. Hi, Ashwin.
Hi, Ayan. Like you said, all hail Test cricket. It's the best.
Yes,
Absolute
yeah,
best, man.
absolutely the best. Yes, absolutely. I mean, what a brilliant run chase.
Yeah, and what a match. Ups and downs. England up ahead at one stage, then Pakistan coming back, and then England going ahead. And then we entered the fourth day today thinking that Pakistan is going to pull off an insanely amazing victory. And then England coming out of nowhere. Test cricket is the best. Where else can you get 4 to 5 days of sustained excitement right down to the wire? This is classic stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking about the day, it began with Pakistan once again dominating England out and out. Of course, the first session, you'd believe Joe Root and the partnership between Don Sibley is where England's fight back sort of began. But just when it looked like they were starting to dominate Pakistan, Sibley fell shortly after Joe Root followed suit. And then Pakistan sort of clawed its way back into the contest, didn't they? They got Ollie Pope, they got Ben Stokes out in quick succession, and enter the man of the hour, the man of the two series actually, the man who's been dissed the most, Joss Butler, and with Chris Wokes just turn things around.
Innings of his life, I'd say, from Joss Butler, and because, like you said, coming into this match, and even the first 3 days of this match, Joss Butler was all over the place. He couldn't get a run to save his life, and then that translated into really poor keeping, so many byes and missed chances. I think his test career was on the line here. And for him to come and play that knock in this situation from 117 for five, intense pressure, your team is staring down the barrel, and for him to come good at this stage after all the things that he's been through,
Hmm.
just amazing character, amazing innings, uh, probably a life-changing innings for Joss Butler when it comes to Test cricket. Now they can't drop him. Now all talk of dropping Joss Butler is out. He is
Yeah.
in for the near future at least. He is in. He is England's number one wicketkeeper batsman now.
Correct. And it's incredible, right? I mean, what one innings in a crunch situation can do to your spirits and your chances of staying in the squad. But it's interesting you mentioned the stage at which he walked out to bat, because you almost felt as if he was in a familiar territory, wasn't he? Joss Butler, without a doubt, is a limited overs, or if not a great, on his way to becoming a great. And exceptional prowess, someone who's known for scoring quickly in T20s and ODIs, and you felt that it was his limited overs skills that sort of came to his rescue today. I mean, walking out to bat with England needing 130, not too many wickets in hand, he had to attack.
He had to attack, and he got the license to play freely. But let's not
Yeah,
forget that same license could have got him,
yeah,
out really cheaply, and then we would be really, really after his neck, and he would have been
yeah,
out for good. So
true.
he took a chance, and it paid off. And like you
Yeah,
said, a lot of aggressive shots, a lot of reverse sweeps, not just from him, but
yeah.
from Chris Woods as well. Can you believe a situation like this, where batsmen
Hmm.
are playing reverse sweeps? Can you imagine looking back at the 90s, if somebody had played a reverse sweep in this situation, his career is over. But that is the beauty of modern day cricket. You are given the license and the confidence to play your own game. And I think
Correct.
that was
Yeah,
what is missing with Butler in the past few test matches, because he was playing within himself, unsure of his spot, didn't know whether to attack or defend, caught in between. This time,
yeah.
in the most extreme pressure situation, he's gone out and played positively, and it has worked wonderfully.
Yeah. And kudos to Chris Wokes too, right? I mean, what a test match he's had with the ball and with the bat. He was playing the perfect foil to Butler, and there was an opportunity when Butler got out, and you know, had Chris Wokes too gotten out. maybe Pakistan could have, shifted the momentum in its way. But Vokes stayed there and made sure England got over the line.
Yeah, superb innings from Vokes as well. As good as Butler, if not better,
Yeah,
because when he's coming in at five down, he is no longer just a seam bowler. If you come in at five down, the team and everybody expects you to bat like a proper batsman, which is what he
yeah,
did. And he's
mm,
got a pretty clean technique. He can middle it well. He's pretty patient. He doesn't throw his wicket away. And today, brilliant, just brilliant.
yeah,
Pretty much chanceless innings and clean strokes, kept the score moving. He also scored at a
yeah.
very good pace,
Correct,
didn't
correct.
allow the Pakistan bowlers to get on top, kept it moving, and kept sort of chipping away at the target and
Yeah.
ensuring that the pressure never built.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, speaking of pressure, where do you think Pakistan and Azhar Ali went wrong today? Because they pretty much had the test match in their grasp and they just let it slip.
Yeah, you're right. And that was the best example for some sketchy captaincy there was when Azhar Ali kept Shadab Khan on to bowl when Stuart Broad was new at the crease. I mean, the whole world knows that Stuart Broad is not the most comfortable when it comes to fast bowling and short
Yeah,
pitch stuff. And when you have awesome pace bowlers like Afridi, Naseem Sham, and Abbas in your attack, why you give that extra over to Shadab? And then Stuart Broad hit a boundary, got a few singles, and then suddenly, he's feeling good, and the match was pretty much gone just in that over. Just that one over could have made all the difference. So yeah, of course, Azhar Ali, not the most experienced captain. I think he will probably learn with time, but he has a way to go before he can establish himself as a really smart and thinking captain. Not yet there.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, speaking of Shadab, before we wrap up, it was curious to see Shadab not bowl as many overs as you'd expect him to, considering he was one of the two leg spinners playing in the squad, because Azhar felt that both these guys will come into play in the fourth innings with the conditions. Or did you feel that the ball wasn't perhaps doing as much for the spinners as we thought it would, and hence he was underbowled?
No, I think the ball did, I mean, the pitch did assist the spinners. We saw Yasir Shah getting
Yeah,
good turn and some really uneven bounce. We saw a couple of balls from Yasir Shah which kicked up like bouncers. That was
yeah,
amazing to see. But of course, Yasir Shah, even though he is a leg spinner like Shadab, he's a different sort of leg spinner, if that makes
yeah,
sense. He gives it a
yeah.
rip. He gives it a
Hmm.
real rip. He gets that extra revolutions which helps with the bounce and the turn, whereas Shadab is more of a floating sort of a leg spinner, so he could not get as much purchase from this pitch. But I won't blame Azhar Ali for not giving Shadab too many overs, because honestly speaking, it is Afridi, Abbas, Yasir Shah, and Naseem who are the strike bowlers. So when you're in a situation where you're searching for wickets, these are the four bowlers that you would go to, and Shadab you would use more or less like a stopgap bowler there.
Right, right. So yeah, all things said and done, what a game to treat yourself to. What a game to start off a three-match Test series in England. For the longest time, it looked like Pakistan will walk away with the Warners before Chris Wokes and Josh Butler decided otherwise. And a perfect advertisement for the 5-day game. Only that it got over in
Absolutely.
4 days.
Absolutely, Ayan. Yeah, this match has come like some soothing balm for all the pains that we've suffered during the Corona layoff. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, they keep saying Test cricket is the ultimate, and this match has proved it. Uh, both teams had their chances, and it could have gone either way. 4 days of brilliant cricket. Test cricket is the best, man. Just
Yeah,
gotta put it out there.
absolutely.
It's the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So that will be all from our coverage of the first test match, where England have, against all odds, I might add, come from behind and won the game to go 1-0 up. The next two matches will be played at the Aegis Bowl in Southampton. Some squad updates. Ollie Robinson has been added to the England squad. So another pace option there. I believe it's part of England's rotation policy that they've been adopting to ensure that
We don't.
yeah, I'm a big fan of rotation. Are you?
We're not big fans here. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Ayan, before we go, I have
yeah,
to
sure.
mention here that your series preview prediction has already gone wrong, and we're just one
Yeah,
match
yes,
in. You
yeah,
said
I was
1-0 Pakistan series win. You're already out, bro. You're already
yeah, no,
out.
let's
So
let's revise.
I'm still on track. I put my neck out and said 3-0. I'm still on track. I was in danger. I was in danger
Yeah,
of
you
being
will do.
embarrassed today, but yeah, England pulled through. But
Yeah,
you're out of the
let's
race already. I won.
come on, come on. I mean, the first test match is over, so we get to like remake our
New
predictions. So
predictions.
I'm
All
still
right, go
calling
ahead.
it. I'm still calling it. Let's be on the safe side this time. Let's say uh, 2-1. Pakistan
2-1
will win the
Pakistan.
next test match. Yeah.
Or you're going India Australia 2001 historic route with India coming back to win 2-1. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, as we have been discussing, right, throughout the last 4 days, I mean, it really comes down to which Pakistan shows up on any given day. I mean, for the last
Yeah.
3 days, and to be very honest, Pakistan didn't do too many things wrong in this test match.
True.
So it really was a great advertisement for the for a format which we all have been discussing and wondering if it can sustain the onslaught of T20 cricket. I mean, anyone who doubts Test cricket's future just needs to watch this game. And as I
Take a
said,
walk.
yeah,
Take a walk if
yeah,
you don't test cricket.
yeah.
We
Take a
don't
walk,
need you. We don't
and
want
it's
you.
yeah, and just before we wrap up, it's just so happens that the one of the better advertisements for a 5-day game got over in 4 days. So yeah, I'm sure social media
No,
will be abuzz with this observation. But yeah, I mean, all things said and
no.
done.
Don't
Huh?
tempt the ICC to make it 4-day matches now. Please don't start this debate. We want it to be 5 days.
What do you reckon, though? I mean, see, obviously, 30 more runs, perhaps, to
Yeah,
the target
yeah,
would have would probably helped Pakistan maybe still win the game.
yeah.
But you imagine they fell like 20 shot, 30 shot
Yeah,
in the
for
day?
sure. Pakistan batting in the second innings was just not good enough. They needed at least uh, 50 to 60 runs more, I would say, to be safe. Given that you already had a handy big first innings lead, I
Hmm.
think at least another 50 to 60 runs set England a target of about 350 to 360, and then
Yeah,
you're in the driving seat. I think the
yeah,
Pakistan batting really let the team down with their
yeah.
horrible show in the second innings.
Right. Yeah, let's hope things start looking up for them and for me when the second test gets underway. I know we
Yeah.
keep going back to our discussions after saying we are done, but well, such is the beauty and attraction of Test cricket. Thank you so much, Ashwin. It was great talking to you over the course of the test, as always. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back with the preview for the second test and more of this exciting coverage. Test cricket is not going anywhere, and neither are we. So thank you, Ashwin, and good night.